Hello, welcome to the Nine. A few weeks ago, this word, the 15th letter in the Greek alphabet, meant very little to any of us. Today, rightly or wrongly, it feels like it means everything.
Omicron, or to give it its scientific name, COVID variant B11529. It's prompted the First Minister to ask us to cancel work Christmas dues. Rules on isolation have been tightened for those who come into contact with COVID. And ministers are on a mission to make booster vaccines available to everyone who's eligible by the end of this month.
Though that target set by the Prime Minister for those in England after Strictly Come Dancing last night is one the Scottish Government has cautioned against. Today, there are reports many Scots have been struggling to find a booster appointment or even find testing kits for home use either. But Nicola Sturgeon insists the Scottish Government will pull out all the stops to meet vaccine demand. Let me just ask you your response there to Marie's question. If vaccines are the way out of this, why are we still living with restrictions?
Well, obviously, we've already seen the information about the protection from vaccines.
Mr Smith from Glasgow asked if we could list the symptoms of Omicron. And that's part of the problem, isn't it? We don't really know much about this strain at all, do we? The real-world evidence does suggest it has been mild in South Africa. And the question would be, why are we so worried about this one? But we actually don't know. It's a different cohort, isn't it? But let me come to you, Professor Reicher. The worry is that people hear that stuff from South Africa, don't pay attention, and it turns out to be much more damaging here.
Well, actually...
Thank you to the four of you. Let's look now at some of the issues affecting business in more detail. And Sean has been in touch with us. He tweeted us at BBC Scot 9. You can all tweet us and be...
And now for some of today's other news. And the number of ambulance call-outs involving alcohol initially fell during lockdown as pubs and restaurants closed. But as some of us settled into the habit of regular drinking at home, they rose again, back up to pre-pandemic levels. That's according to Stirling University.
Yeah, the team behind the research say now is the time to increase the minimum price of alcohol to try to cut the number of call-outs. More from Cameron Buttle.
Sport time now with Paul. Good evening.
Good evening, thanks Laura. Good evening. Rangers will have to do it the hard way if they're to progress to the last 16 of the Euro. What a man. Although I think I prefer the Ronnie roar that he used to perform when Celtic won when he was in Glasgow.
Yes. Was that around the time that Rod Stewart did that ill-fated Scottish Cup draw? Talking of botched draws.
Well, there were lots of pictures of that today online.
We're slightly refreshed.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was that brought up on social media today as well?
I think.
Yeah. One of the great moments in Scottish football, that. Unforgettable. All right, Paul, as you say, interesting draws for Celtic and Rangers, weren't they? Always good to hear from Paul Lambert too. Thank you very much indeed for that.
Thanks, guys.
Now then, the nominations are out for this year's Golden Globes. They were announced by the American rapper Snoop Dogg at the Beverly Hilton in Los Angeles. The movies Power of the Dog and Belfast led the nominations. There was recognition too for Succession.
Or Kendall Roy wins the award over his dad. I think the air would be blue,
yeah, that could
to
turn
say
ugly,
the least.
For sure. Apple TV's Morning Show also nominated.
Yeah, so of course the Golden Globes celebrate the best of TV and film. It's always a precursor to the Oscars. Belfast, which is a movie that isn't actually out here until January, that's Sir Kenneth Branagh's black and white retelling of his Northern Ireland childhood. That is also nominated for 7. So that's just some of the nominees.
But the Golden Globes are being rejected by Hollywood in a certain sense, are they? They're not being televised this year, and some actors have been giving them back.
Yeah, so next year when the awards are announced, they won't actually be on TV, NBC studios. So the Hollywood Foreign Press, who organised the Golden Globes, have overhauled that process. 21 new diverse members, they say, have joined, and there's a new oversight committee as well. But it is going to be interesting to see what happens next year in Hollywood, and then is it going to be 2023 perhaps before the Golden Globes are welcomed back into the fold?
See them again, yeah. So this award season, of course, is approaching now, isn't it? Fast and furious. But we're also getting the chance today to celebrate some good news for UK TV.
Yeah, and Shetland and Bridgerton all adding towards that. So it's a boom, and a lot of big TV shows are coming here. Of course, Lord of the Rings, the Amazon series, moving from New Zealand to the UK, and another Amazon series.
Against Sun in that award, though.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. We love Succession. A bit of kind of powerful people behaving badly. Oh, look.
Ooh, I like that.
There's Judith Ralston.
I'm not powerful.
Well, you badly behave. 1 out of 2.
How are you both?
Good.
Not
How are
bad.
you?
Where's
Lovely
that?
to see you at this time of day rather than first thing in the morning.
First
and
thing in the
makeup.
morning.
Yeah.
It's very civilised. And where's this beautiful
This
sunset?
is down in the southwest, isn't it? It's like a painting, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you the next one as well because its colours are stunning. There's this one, and then there's look at the blues. Nature at its best. Look at that. Isn't that stunning? That's up in the Murray first.
Lossiemouth.
Lossiemouth, yeah. Absolutely gorgeous. Thank you very much, you guys. Well, we've had a bit of everything so far this winter.
Thank you very much indeed, Judith. Well, listen, that is just about it from us for tonight, isn't it? But
Be back tomorrow.
we will be back same time, same place tomorrow. And remember, First Minister giving an address on the latest restrictions, perhaps, on Omicron. Tomorrow lunchtime, we'll have full analysis tomorrow night.
See you later. Bye-bye.
Good night.